welcome to CFC Fan TV. This is my Manchester City preview. God, I hope anybody who's going tomorrow has checked their trains because it looks as if a lot of them have been cancelled, so do check. I know there's loads of spare tickets flying around. And by no means is it because none of us can be bothered to go, it's because simply the weather's been that bad. And I hope everybody stays safe because it has been a little bit worrying, hasn't it? There's been a blizzard outside my balcony door for I don't know how many days now, but yeah, it's been freezing cold, so it's a bit of a shame, but nevertheless, me and Rory will be doing full reviews after the game, so please look out for those. Charles is going up there. There's nothing that can stop him from going to a game. He's always there, so yeah, look out for those. And yeah, you know, this is a game that I won't say it's big, so I've got a huge cough. I won't say it's a big game in terms of our rivals. It's a big game in terms of the fact that we need to make top four now, and every point we're dropping is, unfortunately, I know it is a huge. I mean, they've flown ahead this season. They're practically Premier League champions now, and they fully deserve it because they have been none other than outstanding. And I think it's not just winning games. You know, they've been flying through 4-5-0, whatever they've been doing. You know, 2-3-0s against Arsenal in 2 different cups. I know Arsenal aren't the best, but you know, nevertheless, they are a fantastic team. So they fully deserve it, and it's a shame that, you know, this is sort of the game that has to come with. It's a shame that we're playing Manchester United and Manchester City in the space of a couple of weeks. Do you know what I mean? So it is tough on us, and for me, like I said in my video with Rory earlier this week, with Morata, it's sort of getting to that point now where I know we can make top four if we put out the right team. And the club are really desperate for this signing to work out. And for me, if he starts tomorrow and doesn't show that he can make an impact in these big games, and you know, we're going into huge games in Barcelona in a couple of weeks, aren't we? So less than a couple of weeks. So if he doesn't, for me, I think this is the turning point. If he doesn't make an impact tomorrow, then for me he has to be dropped, and Giroud has to come in till the end of the season, because I don't mind Morata coming on as a sub. This is just my opinion, and I'm not trying to be too harsh on him because I never have been, and at the start of the season I really had him down to be one of the Premier League's top goal scorers. It wasn't until his injury where things started to go a little bit south, but I'm all for, you know, giving players time and allowing them to settle in, like 100%, but you know, Bakayoko's been dropped for a few games now, and Morata isn't really showing anything. You know, we need to be picking up points, and Giroud's come in and he's made an impact, you know, from the get-go, I think. So if Morata doesn't shine, I'm happy for him to start tomorrow. If he doesn't show that he can handle the Premier League, if he doesn't show that he can get us goals, if Conte continues to play him, I fear that we're not going to make top four. It's not just him, you know, there are a few players here and there, but you know, we've got quite good rotation in the squad in terms of the, you know, Willian, Pedro, Fabregas. We can mix it all up that way. The striker situation is a major problem. It has been all season. So for me, tomorrow, we have to get goals. We have to hit the ground running. A draw wouldn't be a bad result, I suppose, but any time we're dropping points now, it's getting. I mean, it does matter. You know, I don't care who the opposition is, whether they're Man City or the bottom of the table. We need the 3 points. So it's a huge game tomorrow in terms of that. Is it a huge game in terms of, you know, a top 4 rival? No, not really, because Man City have flown. They've flown ahead. You know, it's not a comparison. There's no comparison between us and them this season. So there's no comparison between them and any other team this season. So I think there's something that hasn't happened in a while. So in terms of that, it's not a big game for me. It's just a big game in terms of the fact that we need to get 3 points to get into top 4. We need Champions League next season. I know the club are going to be on Antonio Conte's case from now until the end of the season. It's going to be very, very touch and go on what's happening there. And I just really hope that we can get the win, and like I say, we start seeing individual performances, you know, and I think we rely too much on Eden Hazard these days, and we shouldn't do, because we've spent more than enough money on Morata. We've spent more than enough you know, time and effort getting Giroud in and doing that whole deal with Batshuayi for him to go out, and he was the only one who was sort of giving us goals at that time. So this for me has to work out, and like I say, if option A, which is Morata, let's face it, doesn't work out on Sunday, we have to start tomorrow. We have to start mixing things up, and that's my opinion. Comment below, what do you guys think? And yeah, I just, like I said, I don't know what to say anymore, because I'm a little bit drained, I think, from our past results. I know we didn't perform terribly against Manchester United. We were the better team in the first half, but at the end of the day, when you're not picking up 3 points and you can see the errors that were made, you can see the substitutions that weren't made properly in my eyes. I mean, I would have taken Morata off at half time if I'm being honest. That's when it all starts to get a little bit frustrating on my heart, to me, because I want us to go into these big, you know, this season has the potential to be good, really good. You know, we're still in the FA Cup, we're still in the Champions League, but it also has the potential to go seriously wrong. And for me, that is only if we don't get the team correct. So comment below, what's your team for tomorrow? Like I say, I'm happy for Morata to start. I want to see what he can do. But if all else is failing, I want Giroud to come on. So let me know your thoughts. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow for my review, and hopefully we're talking about a win and, you know, our top 4 worries are slowly starting to go away, but it's going to be a tough game.